Good morning, friends. Today we'll be doing a really short morning practice so that we can just take a little bit of time to start our day without having to worry too much about fitting it into our schedule. Also know that I'm very excited to announce that our 30-day yoga connection is coming out January 1st. Through this 30-day series, I'll be guiding you through daily lessons of how to connect deeper, not only to yourself, but your yoga practice, and also everything that you're interacting with outside of you. So know that if you want to be a part of that, you can sign up for our newsletter below, or you can go to yogatx.org and sign up there. So start standing in the center of your mat today. We'll bring the hands together in front of the heart, letting there be a little bit of space between the palms, just the fingers and the bottom of the hands are touching. Take a moment to breathe into that space between your hands. And exhale, let it go. Again, inhaling here. And exhale, releasing. Inhaling one last time. And exhale, release. Today's focus is releasing anything from yesterday or earlier in the week that you want to let go of, so that you can show up today as your best self. So if you have something that you want to let go of, bring that into that space in between your hands, inhaling. And as you exhale, pushing the palms together, really releasing that from your body, blinking the eyes open, and stepping the feet wide. Opening the arms long, we'll turn the heels in, toes will turn out, sitting into goddess pose. Starting with a little bit of fire right from the beginning. Really feel that the elbows are pulling towards one another and the torso is right over the pelvis. Straightening up through the legs, hands come onto the hips, and gentle forward fold here. Pretty deep bend in the knees because we're just trying to stretch into the lower back. The hands can walk down the legs towards the ankles. Maybe the hands even reach the ground this morning. Nodding the head, yes and no. You can even kind of sway side to side, finding a little bit of gentle movement. As we bend into the right leg, straighten into the left. Switching sides, bending into the left leg, straightening into the right. Coming back to center, we'll turn the right toes towards the top of our mat. The left toes will turn in slightly, and we'll move towards triangle pose. Right hand is low, left arm is high, opening up here. Finding that slow breath. You can inhale strength and exhale release. Your next inhale brings you up through center. We'll turn those right toes in, bringing the arms long. Heels come in, toes turn out, coming back to goddess pose. This time, the hands will come onto the thighs wherever they're most comfortable, dropping the right shoulder down and looking over the left shoulder. Inhaling to center, dropping the left shoulder and looking over the right. Repeating that again, center, right shoulder drops, looking over to the left. Inhaling back to center, left shoulder drops, looking over to the right. Straightening up through the legs, turning the right toes in, turning the left toes out, straightening through that left leg. Now the left arm lowers, right arm raises for triangle. Breathing here. Again, inhaling strength. Exhaling, release. Inhaling, coming up through center. Turning the left toes in, hands come onto the hips, exhale into that forward fold again. Nodding the head, yes and no, bending into one knee and then the other. And now reversing everything we just did. So now turning the left toes towards the back of the mat, the right toes will turn in slightly. The left hand comes onto a block or the shin, the right arm raises, coming into triangle pose to the left. Inhale up through center, the left toes in, reaching the arms wide. Exhaling into goddess pose again. Repeating that shoulder movement, right arm, right shoulder lowers. And then the left. Using the breath here, inhaling through center, and exhale, dropping the right shoulder. Inhaling through center, and exhale, dropping the left. Arriving back through center, turning the left toes and the right toes towards the front of the mat. Shifting the hips back, right arm lowers, left arm high for triangle pose. Continue breathing. If you liked that mantra, inhaling strength, exhaling release, you can use that with every breath. Inhale back to center, turning the right toes in for our last forward fold. This time interlacing the fingers behind the back, opening up through the chest, and exhale as you release forward. Nodding the head, yes and no. Releasing the hands down. Walking the feet in a little bit, and we'll squat down into Malasana, really getting into the hips today. Sitting the hips low, hands come to heart center. And you can shift side to side a little bit to find your alignment. If the heels are slightly off the ground, that's okay. One more breath here. Exhale, placing the hands down, shifting the hips towards the ceiling, walking the feet towards center. Sitting the hips low, raising the heels off the ground, a little bit of balancing here. So bringing the hands to heart center. Again, inhaling strength. Exhaling release. You might even reach the pelvis forward a little bit, bringing the shoulders right over the hips. And then as you sit the hips down, we'll come into boat pose just for a moment of core work, raising the feet off the ground. You can bring the hands behind the knees, or you can extend the arms forward, inhaling here, and exhaling. If you'd like to straighten the legs out, inhaling, and exhaling. Placing the feet down, coming onto the mat, placing the hands behind you, feet in front of you, pushing the hips towards the ceiling for reverse tabletop. Stretching into the shoulders, the abdomen, the quads. Placing the hips down, shifting forward a little bit so you have room to lie down. Bending the knees into the chest and rocking side to side. Placing the feet back down on the ground. One last gentle hip stretch, crossing the right foot over the left knee. And then pushing that right thigh away from you with the right hand, or wrapping both hands around your left hamstring. You can even kind of rock side to side here. If you find a spot that's a little tighter, maybe taking a breath there. Remembering just to release and let go. Placing the left foot down on the ground. The right foot meets the mat. And now the left foot crosses over the right knee, pushing that left thigh away from you with the left hand, or wrapping both hands around your right thigh. Inhaling here. And exhale, release. Again, inhaling strength. And exhaling, release. Placing both feet on the ground, extending both legs out in front of you. Arms come down by the sides, just for a brief moment of relaxation. Letting the breath and the body release. Let the mind really relax. If you'd like to stay here a little longer, you can always pause. But for now, we'll start bringing gentle movements in the fingers and toes. You can roll the head from one side to the other. Bending the knees and rolling over onto either side. And pushing your way up to any comfortable seated position. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. One last time, inhaling strength. And exhaling release. Always know that the light and love within me is very, very honored and proud to witness the vibrant and beautiful light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to connect with me, I'm on Instagram as Emily_Henderson_yoga. And you can also find us at YOGATX on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Have a great day. Thank you.